Gauteng Transport MEC Ismail Vadi says he cannot guarantee the reopening of the local taxi rank in the Tsakane-Brakpan area anytime soon. The MEC ordered the immediate closure of the Tsakane taxi rank east of Johannesburg. This following the murder of 4 taxi drivers yesterday. 6 others were wounded. Police arrested 8 security guards in connection with the shooting. About 10 firearms were also recovered from the scene. MEC Vadi says the taxi rank will only be opened after stakeholders in the taxi industry ensure an end to the violence. Well, for a bit more on this, I'm joined in studio by Bhuti Mahlangu. He's the Secretary General of the Regional Taxi Council. Mr. Mahlangu, welcome. Thank you for your time.
Welcome. Thank you too.
So this Tsakane taxi rank in particular, as I just read now, will remain closed according to the Department of Transport as long as these tensions between drivers persist. Talk us through these tensions. Just put us in the picture as to what exactly it's like.
First of all, let me talk about this closure of the rank. I do not understand how the MEC decided to close a particular rank while the shooting happened far away from any of the ranks that they are operating currently in Tsakane. So I don't know which rank is selecting to close, because it's not only one rank, it's about 10 ranks that are operating in Tsakane. And the shooting happened at the taxi offices, far away from all of these taxi ranks. So I don't know how we managed to come to that conclusion. However, we have been in discussion with him even yesterday night and even today, to a meeting with him and all the stakeholders to sign a declaration that their fighting has stopped. So at 2 o'clock today, we'll be signing a declaration at Kempton Park to ensure that all the parties are now going to be sitting on the table to discuss the issues. Now, what happened is that 4 weeks ago, when the executive stopped taxis operating, they then hired a security company to come and secure the ranks and the offices, because they anticipated that there could be backlashes in terms of people coming to shoot at them. So what happened is that 2 of the security officers and 1 operator were shot dead at the scene. Anyway, you might have seen a Golf 7 that was shot at with so many bullets, and the people died. So after that day, the tension has been so much that we can't even talk to anybody, because when you want to sit with the taxi leadership in the Tsakane area, they are fearing for their lives because they don't know where the shooting is coming from. So since then, the offices have been remaining closed. And then when the drivers realized that their income was now affected by these stoppages of other taxis and the infighting, they then decided to go and march at the taxi offices, while obviously the taxi offices were closed and there were only security guards out there. What I get is that when they approached the gate, some of them pulled guns. I'm not sure, I didn't see that, so I can't actually confirm that. But the police will then confirm, because they did confiscate a couple of guns, and then 4 people were shot dead, and then 6 were wounded. But we have been talking to all the parties since yesterday to say, can we please stop this infighting and sit down? Another thing is that the taxi operation belongs to taxi operators, and the drivers are merely employees. Sometimes, if they get themselves entangled into issues which are beyond them, we get a situation like this, because the march was not even organized, it was not legal, and all those things were happening haphazardly, and then we regret the loss of life. From the taxi industry, we don't want any loss of life, and we condemn the killings yesterday vehemently.
So, just for the sake of time, let's delve into what some of the root causes are behind this taxi violence.
There's a lot of these root causes. First of all, you know, when you operate the taxi, you get a license to operate. And then there's a backlog in terms of the Gauteng department only. It happens only in Gauteng, where people have applied for permits a long time ago, and some of them have never got those permits. Some, even the cars that they applied with, have broken down, and now they don't even have a compatible car that must match the permit. So that backlog is causing some of the tension. Secondly, the operators that now don't have operating licenses tend to operate even without those licenses. And the executive, due to the fact that the registrar's office requires them to control and manage the operation in their area, they tend to also police to see who is operating illegally, who is not operating in terms of legalities. So, but the mere fact that when these things are reported to the government, they tend to take long until an incident happens before they jump into this. If you can check from our side, we have written so many letters to the MEC to come and discuss with him issues that affect the industry at large in Ekurhuleni.
So the MEC and the department need to do something.
They must get their house in order. Even the mayor in Ekurhuleni, it does not care. So there's no one that we can go to and say, these are the problems that we're having. The tax ranks are not up to standard. Any criminality can be found there. We want a security there. There's nothing. There's no one that we can talk to. And then until government put their house in order and they address all these issues, not only wait for incidences to happen and then make pronouncements. We want them to be there because that's their function. Like we're working day and night to ensure that the killing has stopped. If you look back, you realize that a lot of killings has actually stopped. But we want them to be part of our solution to say, let's work together. Arrest issues while they're still new. Don't wait. If you look at this, it's now a month, and the meetings have been going on and off, but they don't actually anticipate or ensure that the commuter out there is safe, to make sure that at the ranks or at the whatever informal ranks, there is security that is guarding to make sure that the commuters don't get shot at.
Well, sounds like a lot still needs to be done. Mr. Mahlangu, thank you very much for coming in. Bhuti Mahlangu, the Secretary General of the Regional Taxi Council, speaking to us. Thank you.